Before I start this video and before you guys watch this, I'm going to ask you guys, please do not judge my client, and this is not my set. She came in to me and she did apologize because I have a policy where I do not remove anybody else's work, like their nails, acrylics, overlays, or anything. I only do removals when it comes to my own work. And this is the reason why, you guys. Some of the salons out there and people, I'm not pointing fingers or talking crap about nobody whatsoever, but some places will use MMA, and this is really, really hard to remove. When she came in, she was like, I'm sorry, like I really tried soaking them off. I did everything I could, and it's true. I could tell that her nails were filed down. She had cut them all the way down. She had been soaking them, and she could not get them off. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, at this point, I was a little stressed out. I had a client booked in right after her, and I had originally just booked her for a full set. Therefore, we were not supposed to be doing a soak off, or we were not supposed to be doing a MMA soak off at all. So I did tell her, hey, like I'm gonna get just a little quiet here and there, so I can get to work. And she was like, okay, that's cool, whatever. We still talked and everything. We had a great time, but this really sucked for both of us because I did have her sitting there for a minute to be able to soak off. But I soaked her with pure acetone, and I put very hot water underneath of the pure acetone bowl to be able to speed the process up. And I was multitasking this whole time. So here in this clip, you can see that I'm working on one hand, but the other one was in the acetone. So I was prepping one hand, soaking the other, and going back and forth. So I also know that a few of you guys were asking me in my live what grit I use of a sanding bit when I'm prepping the natural nail. And if you guys, oh, I'm sorry, if you guys, sorry, my mic broke off right there, but I know that some of you guys were asking me if you could use a 100 or 180 on the natural nail. I don't even recommend it, you guys. I use a 240, one of the finest sanding bits. All you need to do is remove some of the shine from the natural nail, and that is pretty much it. So here I am already sizing her nails. We went with a size 10, and I use these little magnets to be able to size the nails. I know I showed that to you guys on my live as well, and you can get those on my Amazon storefront. I have those for you guys on the link on my bio. So if you guys want to speed up the process a little bit from when you are doing nails, the magnets are definitely a go-to. And so here I had already started one hand, and I'm going to show you guys the time because you guys want to know how long it takes me or how fast I am when I do nails. Here I finished her left hand, and it was 250. So you got to keep in mind, I had already done the removal and one full hand in acrylic in 50 minutes. I started at 2 o'clock. So here I am starting with her right hand, and I forgot to press play on the pinky, but I remembered, and I press play from here on. So I'm going to show you guys real time what my acrylic application looks like and how long it's going to take me to do just one finger alone. I want you guys to see that I do use this one bead, and it's kind of runny or whatever, but it's literally just to fade out where I glued the tip onto her natural nail. And then I actually used a bigger bead, the one that goes on the cuticle, and then just let it run down. If you let it run down like that, you don't float the cuticle, you don't get any lifting, and the retention is so much better. All of my clients have a really good retention. I have girls who come back like in 6 weeks, and they have all of their nails intact. And you guys are witnesses. You've seen my client consultations. I have no reason to lie to you guys. So I guess I can tell you guys that the key to retention would be, obviously, don't touch the skin. Make sure that your prep before the application is good, and yeah, just make sure that the cuticle area is super, super flawless. And this is why I stopped recording my nail work like this, because I always get in front of the camera because I lean forward. I do wear glasses, but girl, I'm blind, okay? Don't come for me because my hair is all up in the camera. But this is literally real life, and it took me, I timed myself, it took me 2 minutes and 15 seconds to do one nail alone. And I believe I did 4 beads here. It was 1 where you glue the tip, 2, the one that I used by the cuticle, 3 to give it body, and 4 by the tip so the tip does not break. And it is so to make the nails like a little bit thicker. Obviously, I don't want my clients to break their nails easily or anything like that. So I'm going to show you guys the time that I finished here. And I also want to show you guys the thickness of my nails. Because I have seen comments on my videos where like, oh my God, your nails are too thin or they're too thick, or why is there a little gap where the acrylic is and the cuticle area? And here I finished the entire right hand, and then I'm going to bring out the phone to show you guys the time, 3:04. And I started at 2:50 with this right hand. And here I am filing and shaping her nails. And then I'm going to lean them forward just a little bit so you guys can see the thickness of the nail. So you can see that it's not too thick and it's not too thin, girl. Like it's just right. That's just my opinion. This is what they turned out to be. This is the inspo that she brought to me, and this is what I gave her. So I finished her nails and the removal and everything within the 2 hours and 7 minutes.